this is my last commentary on the whole Epstein Trump administration cover-up.
That would be great. Okay?
Let's get ready to rumble! You can't handle the truth.
Hi, I'm Pastor Marty, and this is the Afternoon Drive. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel, and once you are, smack the bell, click the word all. That'll give you notification of my rants, my ravings, my undeniably flawless reasonings. Please like and share this video. Thank you so much for watching and being a part of the Afternoon Drive. Now, President Trump is counting on the fact that the vast majority of the country doesn't really care about the whole Epstein thing. It is interesting how the mainstream media is rather quiet about this. It is interesting that even Democrats are kind of quiet about this. I mean, they have been looking for anything that they could throw at the president that would somehow hurt his popularity, stop his agenda, slow him down, create a rift in MAGA world. And here's this issue that's really handed to them on a silver platter. And for the most part, they're kind of letting it go, which is interesting. The media, by and large, is letting it go. The only ones that are really focused on it is within the MAGA world, the MAGA podcasters, Tucker Carlson, Alex Jones. There's this part of me that, yeah, I'm a little bit agitated at the way it's been handled. But I mean, come on. I knew full well we weren't going to get this earth-breaking revelation of who was involved and what they were doing, and video clips of Prince Andrew or Bill Clinton, molesting a 12-year-old girl. I knew we weren't going to see any of that. That was just not going to happen. And so I didn't get all that worked up about it. But MAGA kept bringing it up, and Donald Trump during the campaign did allude to the fact that we need to get it all out on the table, we need to be transparent, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Now, Dan Bongino, Kash Patel, for the last 2 years have been talking about the need to get to the bottom of certain things, and they were all over Epstein, and that the American people were being lied to, and we needed the information, and then poof, they get into a place of power, and we're told there's no there, and to just trust them. Trust them. They've seen the evidence or the lack thereof, and he killed himself. That's it. No clients, no nothing. That just, nope. Now, look, let's break this down, because Megyn Kelly's about losing her mind over this, and basically she's looking for the scapegoat of, let's put it all on Pam Bondi, that Pam Bondi was out there trying to make a name for herself, and I don't doubt that. That Pam Bondi was out there trying to make a name for herself, promising once she got into office, we're going to give you this, we're going to give you that, we're going to give this, and then she finally, got the directive, no, none of this is being given. And then she's trying to say, well, she didn't say what she meant she said. No, when I was talking on the White House lawn that you were going to get the client list, I meant I have all the files on my desk about everything from UFO landings to JFK to RFK, and yes, I'll get it out there for you. And I've given you what I've got, now move along. And see, Megyn Kelly thinks that Pam Bondi wasn't on script with everybody else, and she kind of blew this thing up. She is forgetting, because of her friendship, and she has a friendship with Dan Bongino, she's given Dan a pass now. Dan became, the number 2 podcaster over issues just like this. This is what drove Dan's numbers. This and getting to the bottom of the assassination attempt on Donald Trump. Here we are a year out from Butler, Pennsylvania, and we know nothing. We've been told nothing. Now, in all fairness to the president, he was asked in a series of interviews, are you going to release the JFK files? He said, I think we have to. Are you going to release the RFK files? I think we have to. Are we going to find out what happened with COVID? Absolutely. Are you going to release the Epstein files? He went, maybe. Now, here's the bottom line. Here's the truth. No bullhawk. Put all the talking points aside. Obviously, this thing is so far-reaching, and it touches so many people, even that are innocent, but guilt by association, that this is so far-reaching, and its tentacles are not only the fact that it's got into politicians, but other people in power, other people of influence running, not-for-profits, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It's obvious that Mr. Epstein was in bed with the intel community for our country and quite possibly another country. And there's so much incrimination here that the government has just said it's not going to be allowed to be out there. That's it. Pam Bondi talking about, we're going to get it out there, we're going to get it out there, created a problem. There were two things the Trump administration should have done. Number one, should have never even insinuated a promise of getting this out there. And then when members within Team Trump were saying it was going to get out there, they were going to release it. There's a simple thing that sounds like spin and a lie, but there's more truth to it than you realize. They could say, the previous administration, the previous Department of Justice, they destroyed so much evidence, we don't know what's what and where's where. And I have no doubt there is some of that. I have no doubt that happened. In fact, we're hearing now that Kash Patel and Dan Bongino, they walk into the FBI building and, they're not wanted there. There's things being hid from them. It's like it's one thing to have access to the building, but not to have keys to any of the rooms, which is kind of what's going on with Kash and Dan right now. So the bottom line is this. This is one of those things that got oversold. Do I think Epstein was a dirtbag? Absolutely. Do I think that there were powerful people that were in on literally the molestation of minors and children? Yes. Is that reprehensible? Yes. But the bottom line is the government is never just going to say, you know what, we did wrong. Here's the evidence. You can have it. Now, this did not happen on the Trump watch as far as what Mr. Epstein was up to. There are other administrations involved in that, Republican and Democrat. Because again, here's a guy who was a math teacher who became a billionaire handling one or two clients, laundering money. Had an island. A lot of underage girls there. Prince Andrew liked to go there. Bill Clinton liked to go there. Others. This affects so many people. You knew it just wasn't going to come out. What the Trump administration should have done was not say, we're going to release this stuff. And when they got pressure for it, just say, look, so much of the evidence has been lost, destroyed. Pam Bondi created kind of an issue of overhyping it. I'm going to have to side with Megyn Kelly on this one. She needs to fall on the sword and take a hit for the team. She got to go. But for the rest of MAGA world to keep obsessing about this, we've got so many other things that we need to do, not just with our economy, not just at the border, but getting society back to somewhat functioning normal. We have Supreme Court cases that are going the president's way. The birthright citizenship issue, which is being challenged again by another federal judge. Here we go. The big, beautiful bill has gone through. There's a lot going on with the Trump agenda right now. This is just one of those issues that I get it. We want the truth out there. Got it. But the government isn't going to rat itself out. So we take what we can get and we move forward.